To the people coming up here, and I think I could just say what they said there. They just kind of said something on much of the stuff of what I'm going to say. As I said, my name's Ted Stroter, S-T-R-O-T-E-R, and I'm from Williamsport, and some of you might be wondering why I've come all the way up here from Williamsport. And let me try to explain that, and to explain that I'm going to use some of the wording in PADEP's Bureau of Air Quality. They seem to be a good reference for some things. What I'm concerned about is ground level ozone, so let me take some quotes right from the PADEP website. Ground level ozone is formed by chemical reactions between organic chemicals, organic compounds, and nitrogen oxides. Ozone and the precursor pollutants that cause ozone can be transported into an area from pollution sources located hundreds of miles away. So what's that mean? I'm not safe down here in Williamsport from these operations like this compressor station. In fact, none of you are safe, really. You can be quite a ways downstream and you can still experience the effects of the ozone. And to show that, I've also taken some other documents right from the PADEP website, and this was on one of their short-term, their Marcellus Shale short-term ambient air sampling report. This specifically is for their Thomas compressor station. One of the concentrations for ozone they monitored in the air was, that's 185 parts per billion. Now either 75 or 85 is supposedly the safe limit. That's at least twice that. Now if you were living downstream of that and you had a kid or say a parent that had a COPD or some kind of respiratory problem and they hit that kind of level, that'd put them on the ground in a short period of time. I can guarantee that. There's others in here too I can show you, and this is right from their own monitoring. They can copy it right from their website. Here's another one, 363 parts per billion. Remember, the safe limit is either 75 or 85, depending on which year of EPA's data that you go with. And there's a lot of other ones in here. I don't need to go through all those. I've got some other information right from the PADEP's website, and I'll quote this. Elevated methane levels were detected in the ambient air during short-term sampling at 2 compressor stations. Well, methane is a VOC. And what forms ozone, VOC, and nitrogen oxides. And they also said, and these are all quotes, results of the limited air monitoring, the limited ambient air sampling initiative in the Northeast region did not identify concentrations of any compound that would likely trigger air-related health issues associated with Marcellus Shale drilling activities. I don't agree with that. What else have we got here? Let's see. Well, this is an ozone standard where they did a bunch of sampling from around the state. There's quite a few areas, most of them around Pittsburgh, Lancaster, Harrisburg, that are already above the limit. And now we're just putting a whole lot more emissions into the air, and what's that going to do? Let me give you an example. And this young lady here was talking about how low these emissions are. Do you have any background in science or engineering, by the way? That was an interesting statement. Just from what we just heard tonight, folks, on the limits that are going out here, let's see, it was, and I'm putting it in pounds because I think it's easier terms. There's over 138 million pounds of nitrogen oxides going into the air every year from this compressor station. Remember, that's one of the things you need to form ozone. There's also, if you look at the methane leaks that come from these compressor stations, and I've seen all the studies, the Cornell study, the Carnegie Mellon study. There's 2 more recent ones that just come out, including one in Denver, where they were doing ozone studies, and they found that it was coming from the gas industry located north of Denver. Their calculations came up with about a 4%. I know there's been a lot of questions on that. If you take a 4% out of that 550 million cubic feet a day, you're going to get 22 million cubic feet a day of methane lost into the air. What is methane? A VOC. What does VOC do? It combines with all that other over 138 million pounds per year of NOx given in the air, and it forms ozone. So I don't know if I need to say anything else. I think some of the other people here did a very good job. I could give you more data. Here's some more sampling data from PADEP.
30 seconds.
Okay, here's some sampling data. What they find the highest, not much of the other VOCs, admittedly. Methane, let's see, 12,204 parts per billion. 40,995 parts per billion. 29,631 parts per billion. That's it. I don't think I need to say any more, and they're trying to say that's not a problem. Forming ozone. I'm a chemist, and I spent 35 years in industry as a chemical safety engineer. My opinion, for what it's worth, yeah, we're in trouble for ozone. Thank you.